Hello everybody, welcome to my Stellaris in 2022 Beginner's Guide. Stellaris has a lot going on and it can be difficult for new players to figure out what's going on, so I figured I'd make a guide to make it as simple as possible. I do plan on turning this into a multi-part series, so let me know if that's something that you're interested in by leaving this video a like and a comment. So obviously the first thing you're going to want to do is hit new game.
Well, duh.
It's going to take you to this empire selection screen where you're going to be able to choose what empire you want to use. You can create your own empire if you'd like, but if you're brand new to the game, then I recommend just starting out with a pre-made. You can read the trait descriptions for the pre-made empires until you find one that you like. If you'd like, I can make a separate guide on how to create custom empires, but we're not going to do that for this video. So if you're brand new, I'd recommend just going with the pre-made empire. Once you find the empire that you want to use, hit select. Now after you hit select, it's going to take you to this game details screen. This is where you're going to be able to choose the galaxy size, the galaxy shape, how many AI empires there are, things like that. Since you're brand new to the game, I recommend just keeping everything on default, then just hit play. And once you load in, you're going to see this screen here, and in the top right it says pause. We're just going to keep it like that for now, and we're not going to hit play. Now whenever you spawn in, it's going to have this pop up here. Just go ahead and click begin, and it's going to take you to your starting solar system. And the planet with the ring around it, that is you. That is your starting home. This is your planet, and this is your empire as of right now. Now the first thing I want to talk about before anything else is navigating the AI. That could be the most confusing thing for new players. So to the right hand side, we have the outliner. This is going to show all the planets that you've inhabited, your starships, your military fleets. It doesn't show it now, but it's going to also have star bases, your civilian ships. So this is going to be your construction ships and your science ships. You could click on each one to interact with it. As you can see, there's like a little icon that shows up whenever you click on it. That just means that that's where it's at right now. And if I were to zoom out and click it, it'll do like this little pulsing. It's just telling you where it's at in the galaxy. But let's go ahead and talk about your home planet. We're going to left click that. It's going to have this menu pop up, and here we see our districts and we see buildings. Now the districts are going to be jobs for your population, and your buildings are tied to how much population you have on that planet. So the more population, the more buildings you're going to be able to add, and these will give you bonuses for specific things. So research labs is going to increase your research output. Resource silos is going to increase how many resources your empire can carry, so on and so forth. Each one has its own description, and you could read each of those. Now let's move over to population. Over here is showing what population is either being grown or assembled. So we have robots being assembled, and we have humanoids that are growing. And over here on the left, we have these two tabs. This is going to be a little bit different depending on what type of empire you have. Because I have a machine empire, it says complex drones and mineral drones, but it's going to look a little bit different for you if you have a different type of empire, but they essentially mean the same thing. And these are basically just a representation of the districts that you've added over here. So if I add an agricultural district, then it's going to add another job in the agricultural drones here. So there will be an extra slot there for my pops to go work there essentially. You could also favorite a specific job type if you want more pops going to a specific resource that you need. But moving on with the UI, we have this guy in the top of our screen here. This is going to show us how much resources we have, how much we're putting out on each month. So right now we're at plus 64. So at the next month, we're going to get plus 64 energy put into our energy silo. And that's going to be the same for all of our resources here. So our minerals, our food, our alloys. Right now we don't have any consumer goods. This will also show you your starbase capacity and your naval capacity. The starbase capacity can be a little bit confusing, but we're going to touch on that here in a little bit. Now the bar on your left side, this is going to have your contacts. That's how you're going to interact with other empires. Here you could also access the market. This is actually very important. This is where you're going to be able to sell your resources and buy resources. You could also do a monthly trade. So a lot of things here. We're not going to worry a whole lot about this page. When you're first starting out, you're mostly just going to use the contacts. So one more thing to really pay attention to for the UI is notifications that'll come up here. Whenever you finish researching something, it's going to let you know by popping up one of these icons. We'll go ahead and click on that. I'll usually go for something that's going to increase my research speed right off the bat, but choose really whatever you want at the beginning. Now that we have all that out of the way, I want you to go ahead and click on the galaxy icon in the bottom of the map, and you could use the scroll wheel to zoom out and zoom in on whatever your mouse is hovering over. So the first thing you want to do is take one of your science ships in your outliner, go ahead and left click it, and you're going to right click on another system, preferably a system that's neighboring the one that you already have, and you're going to hit survey system. And now he's going to go survey that system for you. Now you could actually give your scientist what's called a chain order, and you do that by holding shift and then right clicking on another system, and then hitting survey system. So now he's going to do this one, and we're going to do that same thing for this one over here, these ones down here, and I'll typically keep doing this until it doesn't allow me to survey any more systems. And that is the max for it right there. And here we're going to go ahead and hit play. Now there's these two little icons here. We have a plus symbol and a minus symbol. The plus lets us go faster, and the minus allows us to decrease the speed of time all the way down to the lowest. But for now, we're just going to put it on the fastest speed. And once they finish surveying this one, we're actually going to be able to build a starbase there. Now it's going to be a starbase outpost. It's separate from this starbase capacity, so we're going to be able to have more than 3 of these outposts. This starbase capacity only comes into play when we actually upgrade our starbase. So our scientists just finished surveying the system, so we're going to take our construction ship, right click on this system, and build starbase outpost.
It's home from work we go.
And there we go, they finished building the starbase outpost, and now our borders have expanded to this system. And also, if you take a look here, you'll notice these icons at the bottom of the name of each system. This represents what you can mine inside of that system. This is very important because it's where you're going to get a ton of resources from, so make sure you're building these as you expand your empire. And we're going to go ahead and do that for the rest of these systems. So that's going to be it for today's video. There's going to be so much more to talk about and go over for Stellaris. And let me know if you want to see more guides by leaving me a comment. Also, if you could leave a like on the video and share, I'd greatly appreciate it. It really helps the channel a ton. Thank you everyone for watching. I hope you have a great day.